Hello guys, my name's Sabrina and today I'm going to be talking about the observations I've been doing. I'm observing a football team at Pembroke Pines Optimus and I'm going to go over my progress assignment 3. So the maturation level of these 5 to 7 year olds have been observing is not very high. The younger ones who are not as into the game goof off on the sideline during a game or practice. The older ones I've noticed are more into the game. So as I said in video 1, the age is ranged from 5 to 7. So there's like a younger side and there's an older side to the team. When the players are a better athlete and understand the concept more, they have less time to be immature, rising up their maturity level. They are more engaged and teachable. As far as growth goes, the boys are all on the small side. Most 5-year-olds are still grasping the concept of wearing the heavy helmet on their heads, while the eldest players on the teams are more lengthy. Starting at age 6, your child usually gains about 7 pounds a year. Most players on this team are around 45 inches tall, weighing about 45 pounds. As far as physical characteristics go, a majority of the team is African American, with the minority Caucasian and Spanish. Most of the team has dark features, such as dark hair and eyes. Most of the kids are in shape and slim. The children are very physical and aggressive. A few children have earrings. Certain backgrounds frown upon earrings on boys, or piercings in general. Some kids have a design in their haircut, whereas some backgrounds are more traditional. Some participants sag their pants. As a young child, that must be picked up by someone around them. So next, I interviewed the coaches, the coaching staff, and the commissioner, and I kind of rounded up what their answers were together. So my first question was, in what way do you assess a child to place them on a team? They answered, the players are evaluated by a number of drills ran. The players are tested on speed, agility, hard work, and attention span at this age to determine whether they should stay down another season or move up. So in the beginning of the year, they have almost like a draft, and they only can take a certain amount of kids on each team. So if the kid is not quite ready yet, they hold them back a year, or if they need to go up, then that depends on where they play. Next question. How do you decide what players play what position at such a young age? To decide players' positions, we do the same thing pretty much as the last question. We do drills and also look at players' sizes. Size plays a big role in football. So depending on the size you are, kind of molds what you're going to be doing in your future football career. Next question. How do you determine who starts in a football game? The player that shows out the most at practice will play more. Depending on the team's opponent that week decides what skill they need to go against the other team. This may not always be based on the best player, but based on a certain skill. So what that means is usually film is reviewed the week before to, know what to do on the upcoming week. So depending on what kind of plays they're running, what kind of offense they're running, what kind of defense they're running, that decides what players we play start. It doesn't just mean you're the best player, it just means what we need that week. Who do you trust and how do you trust these children to make responsible on the team? So I asked the coaches how they put so much responsibility into a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old on the field to know what they're supposed to be doing, to know their position, to trust that they're going to do what they've been taught. The coaches answered, we have position coaches to work with players individually. These coaches go over the plays and jobs for each player over and over so the players will remember. The coaches remind the players they're important so they feel a sense of accomplishment. So they have coaches for each position. So they have position coaches, quarterback coach, linebacker coach, offensive coordinator, head coach. So they have different coaches so that they can constantly have, more one-on-one attention, and they can just go over and over and over the plays so that they know it 100%. It's almost like muscle memory. Last question was, how do you mentally prepare a child for a game? Repetition of what a player's assignments are is really important. The players and coaches do lots of film study on their the next opponent. Also, remind them to get lots of rest and eat correctly before the game. On game day, we encourage players to have a great energy and stay focused. That was the end of my progress assignment 3.